What is up, you guys? It's your girl Yinsu here from Upcomer, back again with another episode of Showstopper. Once again, I'm joined by my awesome and very, very smug North American co-host, Tyler.
Oh, it feels so good, Yinsu. It feels so good. Not only because NA is the #1 region in Valorant, but because today we have a very special guest coming in. A world champion, you could say, Yinsu. A god among men has joined us today, Yinsu, and that's why I'm so excited.
Let's reveal him. I feel like that's got to be the best intro ever. And welcome, TenZ Tyson. Tyler does talk about you like that privately as well. Just want to let you know.
All right. That's good.
Cool. Well, we're gonna get started with our first segment. You guys at home know this already. Roast My Tier List. But this week we have a very special episode. We are kind of steering away from Valorant, which might be a bit odd given we have TenZ with us today. But I know that, Tyson, you're also a big BTS fan. Is that correct?
Well, like, I like BTS. I like K-pop in general, and I listen to it. And I got into it because of my girlfriend. So I dabble in K-pop every now and then.
I love that. Well, because of that, we are going to be presenting you with 2 tier lists today as always. And this time we're going to be ranking the members of BTS. Okay, cool.
I'll straight up and say I agree with Tyler's.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got to start with my first. Just for clarity for people at home. Now, this is my tier list, as you can see. I just want to justify myself real quick. I love every single one of these members to death, but TenZ, as you know, everybody has a bias, right? Like, you can't just sit there and be like, I have 7 biases. That's not okay, I feel. So my bias is V. I think a lot of people's biases is V. I know I'm not a super original when it comes to that. And the reason I've put some of the other members in the S tier, because I feel like Jungkook is such a good singer. He's also a gamer. My man plays Overwatch, very popular in the gaming community. And Jimin is probably one of the best dancers like in all of K-pop. So I think there is a hierarchy there. So TenZ, what do you think about that?
I mean, like, I will say I do agree with Tyler's list more. Like, they're all
Thank you.
No!
Thank you. Let's get to my tier. Yinsu, let's push up my tier list. Let's go look at the correct tier list. BTS fans out there.
Yeah, but you can't.
BTS fans out there.
You can't put Jimin. You can't put Jimin and Jin in the same tier.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yinsu, yes, I can. You know why? Because BTS fans, I know that each and every one of your members is special. I cannot rank between V or Jinmin or Rap Monster and J-Hope. How can you grade perfection? It's like if I was grading Sentinels 10. How could I tier list Sentinels when you're all S? You're all the best at your role. There's no reason why. I'm not going to put Zoms at B tier. I'm putting you all in S tier because you're the best in the business. This is like BTS. BTS and Sentinels are very close together. They got the style, they got the swag. They're #1 in the world. And BTS fans, let me and Tyson tell you something very special. They're all S tier. Yinsu off in her La La Land putting these tier lists together like Frankenstein doesn't understand that they're not a cop out. It's the truth. They're all S tier. Tyson agrees with me. He's a world champion. That's all I have to say.
Okay, well, Tyson, do you honestly feel like they're all on the same level? Like, even your bias, I don't know who your bias is, but would you not put your bias a tier above everyone else?
Honestly, they're all so talented and attractive. Sorry, credit. So I would have to rank them all at S.
Well, who would be your bias? Who is your bias?
So I really like Suga.
Okay, yeah. Maybe you're offended that I put him A, not S, but
yeah.
They're all S, Yinsu.
Okay.
I have a question though. I think there's a question that we can all answer. I'll even answer this. What's your favorite BTS song? I think that's better than ranking the members.
Okay, BTS song. So I've been listening to Butter since it first came out.
Yes.
I like it. I fuck with it. I'd say in terms of my favorite song, Yeah, I'd say Blood, Sweat, and Tears is my favorite.
Oh, you're like OG. You like some of their older stuff. Okay. Have you ever, I guess, like learned any of their dances when you listen to their music?
I might have tried once and I like just flopped. So definitely not trying again.
Oh, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Maybe we need to get you on TikTok next time doing BTS dances.
Oh, no.
But I will concede because I honestly, to a degree, I agree with you. They're all S. But I just wanted to justify that, V is the best, and yeah, everyone else is not as good as V. Anyway.
They're all the best, Yinsu. They're all the best. They're like Sentinels, Yinsu. They're all the best in their role. You can't rank them. They're all perfect.
I will let you have that, Tyler. I will let you have
Undefeated.
that.
If BTS went to Iceland, they would have went 9-0, just like Sentinels. So,
actually, yeah.
Like, let's...
Yep.
Before we move on to our next segment, last week for our episode of Showstopper, Tyler had a very interesting overreaction when it comes to Sentinels. And while we have TenZ here, Tyler, I know that you felt like, because they performed so well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want you to ask TenZ that question, and I want to see if he would be up for fulfilling your wish.
All right, so Tyson. I've been covering League of Legends for a decade now. I've watched North American League of Legends. I've been to China. I've been to Taiwan. I've been to Europe. I've been South Korea. I've been everywhere. I've watched NA lose every aspect of League of Legends. So my proclamation last week was that why send any of these teams? Why send Cloud9? Why send TSM, FTX, FPS, whatever their name is anymore? Why not just send Sentinels? Why not send you, the Valorant team, to Worlds, League of Legends, Shanghai, China, to represent us? I was like, what? How could we do worse? I believe in you guys. I think you could do better than our regular League of Legends teams. What do you say to that?
I mean, well, I'll definitely get some scrims for League and we'll see what we can do.
Oh my god, it's not a no. It's not a no. I thought he was going to tell you to go to hell.
There is hope.
There's hope. There's always hope with Sentinels. This is why they're S tier. This is why they're the BTS of esports.
All right,
they don't ever back down.
You guys heard it here first from TenZ himself. There is a chance that they might be going to Worlds this year for League of Legends. But I'm going to move on swiftly to our next segment, which is this or that. Now here, TenZ, I'm going to give you a few options, and I love to hear your picks and opinions on why you've chosen one over the other. So we're going to start with the first question. We're going to take our minds back to Iceland, back to Masters. Now, out of the teams that you play, so Crew, Vikings, Newtown, and Fnatic, which was your favorite team to play against and why?
Favorite team out of all the teams that we played? That's hard because all the teams have their like unique styles. But I would say for me personally, I enjoyed playing against Newturn the most just because they play really like structured, and for me personally, I really like picking apart that structure and making people kind of panic, which I felt like we were able to do quite well against them. And then, let's see.
Cool.
I definitely say second up, I'd say like Fnatic. Fnatic was just great to play against. Like, all the games were competitive.
All right, next question. Both these players were closest to you in stats, ACS, first kills, kills of death. Between Screamer, Derke, who do you think is better?
So the thing is, I played against Derke twice in, once in a BO3 and then once in a BO5. So I was able to kind of familiarize myself with Derke's playstyle, and I haven't yet to play against Scream yet, and I don't really know how playing against him would be. I know playing against Derke was like fun because he kind of tries to like challenge and fight a lot, similar to like what I do. So a lot of the time it would be us going for picks against each other, which I found really fun. And I'm excited to play against Scream next event. Hopefully you can play.
I mean, you had Derke's number. I feel like he only had bad performances against you. And when Fnatic played against all of the other teams, he seemed to have a bit of a nicer time. And speaking of Fnatic, throughout the tournament, I know Boaster kind of made a bit of a name for himself. He was kind of the class clown out of all of the teams there. And we also had Patiphan, who was a bundle of fun as well. Now, if you had to go into a dance-off with Boaster or Patiphan, who would you pick and why?
Between I feel like Boaster would just whip my ass, so I'd have to go with Patiphan.
Ooh.
Well, do you think you could beat him in a dance-off?
I don't think I could beat any of them. I'm not a good dancer. I fully gaming, no dancing.
I mean, you can definitely beat both of them on the server, so I think, yeah, that's when it matters.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow, Yinsu. All right. Here's a simpler question. This is a game question, much more in your ballpark, Tyson. Jett or Reyna? Gotta pick one. Other one's to lead from the game. One survives, the other is directly deleted from the server, never to be seen again in the game. Who are you saving?
Oh, Jett or Reyna? I honestly think I'm kind of like a better Reyna player than a Jett player now. Now that I've been thinking about it, because I've been using like the rifle a lot more, and my op has been not as good. So really, I think I'd go with Reyna. I feel like I kind of like doing more stuff with Reyna because you can tilt people harder. Like the way you can peek, you just fully ego challenge and get away with it every time.
Also, if you delete Jett, that means that there's no more Jett. So it's like you're one of the only people who play Reyna at the highest level. So it's like you're just wiping out like 20 people who only can play Jett. Their careers are over. They're dead. They can't dash away from an op shot anymore. They're gone. Their careers are done. So.
I mean, your Reyna on bind in the grand finals, I feel like is. I'm kind of annoyed with you because not everybody in my solo queue plays Reyna. And I'm like, you don't just watch Sentinels play Reyna one time on Bind and think that you're going to be like that. But a good choice. I think I would have gone with you as well. Next question. Now, the post-plant meta. Not sure how much longer we're going to have this meta around. Are you a yay post-plant meta or a nay, get rid of this?
I am a nay for the post-plan meta. I don't really enjoy it, and it's kind of boring when you get onto the bomb site and there's just 2 Viper mollies, a Brim molly, Brim ult, Sova darts, Sova ult. There's so much stuff, and you kind of like can't win in a way.
Well, what kind of meta would you like to see? I guess, especially with Breeze now in the mix as well.
What meta would I like to see? I don't know. I just like seeing like new stuff all the time. And I really like that about Riot is the game will always be developing and always be like, it'll always have like a fresh meta. So we'll be adapting to that. And I'm sure we'll have fun with everything.
What's your opinion on Breeze so far?
Breeze? At first, I was a big nay for Breeze. I didn't really like it that much, but it's kind of growing on me. And I just realized that you have to kind of watch your back a lot because there's so much stuff that people can flank from.
Agreed. So here's the last question of the segment. All right, looking a few months ahead, Berlin. Let's say you get there. Best team in the world, BTS of esports. I expect you to be in Berlin playing at the Verdi Music Hall. Going forward, are you most looking forward to rematching against Fnatic for the 3rd time? Or is there a European team you haven't faced yet that you've seen in scrims or in solo queue that you would much rather face? Are you more excited about playing Fnatic again, or is there a team we haven't seen you play before that you really want to play?
So if I'm looking at what teams I want to play in Berlin, obviously like a Fnatic rematch would be nice, but I think it'd be really cool to play against even more EU teams since there are some teams that either didn't qualify so we can play them, or they just didn't get to the finals. So I'd really like to play Liquid for one, and then maybe for like a team that didn't qualify, I think playing against like Acend would be really fun.
cNed. I mean, cNed was the scrim bucks on cNed. See, the scrim bucks on cNed he was whipping some teams. He was
that guy's an animal.
Would you say he would be one of the most fun matchups you could possibly have? And you beat Derke. I mean, Scream's still out there, but is cNed like another like rival to you that you think like could give you a really good challenge?
In terms of players in EU, I actually think he's probably like one of the best. And playing against him was a lot harder, and especially the way he like ops. He's really like aggressive, like in your face with the op, which is like you don't really see that from oppers in this game a lot of the time, so it's really cool to see that style.
I feel like that would probably break world records for viewership because cNed by
Derke?
himself,
cNed
brings in like 500k viewers in a qualifier, and then we have Sentinels. If those two teams ever met, I mean, I want it to happen now because it'd be fun, and also the viewerships would be absolutely insane. Well, thank you very much, Tyson. That is the end of our second segment, but we are going to move on to a bit of a cool down now. So first of all, congratulations on your official signing to Sentinels. I think pretty much everybody wanted to see it happen, so we're glad that it did. Now, talk me through the process. Like, when did you find out? What was the moment that you actually found out that you were officially signed, and how do you feel about it?
So the moment I found out I was actually signed, it was a little bit after we finished the finals. So we like finished celebrating, we took our photos and stuff. We got back to like the chill room, and then we were all sitting down, and Kez, our manager, he goes, "By the way, we bought Tyson out," and we're just like, what? And it was kind of like we already used all our energy celebrating winning the finals. So I remember it was recorded, and I sounded like kind of unenthusiastic because I was like, "Yay!" But I was just really tired from just celebrating.
Have you had a chance to celebrate now you're at home?
Yeah, I've been taking a few days off and just kind of relaxing. It's really nice.
I mean, throughout that journey as well, because everybody wanted to see you sign, and you said that in that press conference that you were praying and hoping that it would happen. Was there any point that you felt like maybe it wasn't going to happen, or you weren't able to sort of get what you wanted?
Logically, in my brain, I was like, "Uh-oh," like after we won. But I was like, "At least we won." And then after we heard the good news, I was like, "Whoa."
How do you feel about playing against Cloud9? Because I think one of the most interesting rivalries, I think one of the interesting storylines we're going to see throughout the rest of the year is that Sentinels is the best team in the world, but I look at C9's roster and they look quite scary. I mean, they brought in Floppy, they have Zeppa, like they are building kind of a monster out there of Leaf and kind of that team as well. So how do you see the Cloud9 blue team as a future rival of yours?
Yeah, I definitely think that the C9 Blue team could definitely be one of the better teams, especially just how much individual talent they have on that roster. And like basically, yeah, everyone on that team can brag. So I definitely think like when like, for example, like players like Floppy, who just recently transitioned from CS to Valorant, when they get more used to the game, or he gets relocated from 70 ping, I couldn't even imagine that. I play with 16, I have a hard time. So I feel like when they'll like start meshing together even more and obviously like get used to the game more, then they'll be awesome.
All right, here's a question I think everyone on YouTube is asking. If you put in TenZ into YouTube, there's a slew of podcasts, a slew of videos that are all saying the same thing. Is TenZ the best player in the world? Obviously, you won the finals MVP. Congratulations on that. But when you hear people, a slew of people, thousands of people, you're trending on Twitter, worldwide trending on Twitter, people saying he's the best player in the world. Do you yourself believe that you are the best Valorant player in the world today?
I will say in this moment's time, no, I'm not. I have a lot I can work on. And obviously, I actually think I kind of impressed myself with how well I was playing in the tournament, or like I kind of feel like I was progressively getting better throughout the tournament, and I kind of went from just stupid aggression to kind of like a tempered aggression that was really like fitting into the LAN play style. So I definitely think if I like keep playing and I keep trying to improve on my weaknesses, that I can definitely become one of the best. But right now, I still have like a lot of flaws in my gameplay. So until then.
Is there a player you look up to in North America? Is there anyone you kind of look at and say, like, I want to be at that like consistent level?
So no, I'm not looking, or I don't really have any role models for this game. Especially going into Valorant, I kind of just want to be me. So.
Well, if you don't think you're the best player in the world right now, who do you think is better than you?
Really, I'm not too sure, because this game, the way the abilities are and stuff, like each person kind of fulfills their own role, and it's kind of hard to really dictate which player is like the best, because there's so many players that are really good at the role, but then there's also really like players that play the same role completely different and they're really good at it. So really, like, I think through the years you'll be able to see who is the best Valorant player, but for now it's still like a young esport.
Well, in terms of your kind of entry, fragging role, is there anyone else that you feel like either is kind of on your level or better than you in this moment in time?
In terms of raw fragging ability, maybe I might take that department as of right now. I know there's definitely like a lot of players that are known for their fragging, like Scream, like Derke, maybe like Acend and 100 Thieves. Like they're really, really good. And yeah, it's still like you fulfill a different role. Like I play Reyna, nobody else plays Reyna, so.
Yeah, I mean, Scream tweeted about potentially going back to that. So, yeah, well, that's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. Now, you just said yourself that the way that you've improved throughout the tournament and also, I guess, ever since the game has come out, what would you kind of credit that to? Do you think it's just a natural mechanics? Is it your CS background? Or do you feel like you're able to kind of hone in on a few more skills being on a team like Sentinels?
So I think one of the things that allows me to play so well in the tournament was, first off, like I feel really comfortable in the Sentinels squad, and all four of the members are amazing to play with, and I feel like I kind of mesh well together with them, like whoever it is. And then also I'll give credit to Shaz because he's able to reel me in from doing my like overconfident stuff, and that's usually when my overconfidence can kind of take over and low key throw or sometimes straight up throw. So that's nice.
But let's go back to Berlin for a second, okay? So the tournament's over. We can talk about scrim books freely. You've won the championship. You beat everyone in the tournament. But I kind of want to know about kind of the behind the scenes of like your practices. You guys were so confident. What's about your scrim results? I mean, I heard that you guys were destroying mostly everyone, but were there a team or two in Europe that gave you trouble? And if so, which like teams or players did really impress you in scrims?
Yeah, so I think the team that we actually had the most trouble playing against was Gambit.
And welcome to Europe.
Yeah, they were owning us, especially like on the first scrim. But I feel like we were able to kind of get used to their style is like really unique, so we just kind of had to like adjust. And I'd say we were really good at adjusting. And then the other team, I think I don't remember exactly, but I remember cNed like bodying us a few rounds, just absolutely destroying us.
I love that you guys have very similar experiences. Like Gambit in Europe are known to just destroy everybody. There's like a meme that if you beat Gambit in scrims, you're like, oh, this is going well. This is a good strat. This is a good team comp. It's like a really good like measurement of how well you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think we were close once. I'm pretty sure we were close once.
That's pretty impressive. Most European teams don't even beat Gambit in scrims. And last question is, obviously, you were away from home for a bit. This is the first ever international LAN. And I think the internet in general are just super invested in your relationship and how wholesome it is and some of your personal life that you choose to share with all of us. From your perspective, I guess, what is the secret in keeping a healthy personal life and even developing a healthy relationship and personal life in gaming? Because I feel like it's something that a lot of young people are struggling with right now.
Yeah. So I was able to kind of find my balance probably after my like time at CS. So I kind of, I realized this kind of late, but before when I was younger, I was just like putting 110% into CS, just playing all day, like wasn't really taking care of myself, wasn't eating that well. And when things went bad in game, that's when it kind of showed the most through like my mental state. So something that I was able to do, especially now in Valorant, is I'm able to kind of balance my personal relationships. I'm able to take care of myself more. And overall, I feel like taking breaks as well. Like overall, my mental's way better. I'm way happier. And I feel like I'm able to put in a lot more like efficient practice hours or stream hours.
Where do you think the priorities kind of, how would you split them up? Like you said, 110% into CS before. Now with Valorant, are you kind of toning that down and dedicating more time to your personal life?
Obviously, I put in like still like probably like 100%, but like I like to kind of take maybe like an off day for like once a week or twice a week, just to kind of like relax. Maybe put like 0% Valorant for a day and just take a whole break and do like a nice mental reset. Or sometimes might just do like a light day where I can kind of relax for most of the day and maybe play like 1 or 2 games or something like that, or something I want to improve or go on the server to work on.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, TenZ. Tyler, I'll let you close this one off because I'm sure you got some epic outro you want to do to send off Tyson for this one as well.
As you said many times before, BTS cannot be ranked because they're a list tier, and Tyson, Sentinels are S tier all the way. Thank you for spending time with us, giving us a champion's perspective on the game of Valorant. And if you want more from us, click that subscribe button because Showstopper will be back next week. Maybe not with TenZ, but maybe another champion will be in the wing. See you guys next time.